Hi friends, this is Tracy Brown, and my team and I of non-diet dietitians provide trauma-informed nutrition counseling so you can feel safer in your skin. This is a video that you probably need your notebook and pen, and probably to watch this again as well, and take it, only go as fast as the slowest parts of you can go. But it's very, very common for people as they are learning and through the process of learning that whenever basically we get triggered, fight, flight, freeze, or please, or feel big emotions, we either have sensations, images, behaviors, how we feel. There's some meaning making in something that we're observing either from the outside environment or something we may feel or sense inside. Those are essentially the things that we look at in terms of triggers. Well, what are they, and how old are they, and what do they mean in terms of like our relationship with food and our digestion and all those kind of things. But one of the probably most common triggers is having a body in and of itself. And so we see this primarily come up, internal body sensations, which we're not going to talk about too much in this video. We're actually going to talk more about our own image, okay? And oftentimes what I see happen is really, really common is that you see a picture of yourself. You see a picture of yourself, or you see a reflection of yourself in the car or a mirror or something, and you start to have feelings and sensations about that. And the instant overcoupling is that the reason you feel these yucky feelings or sensations that feel kind of big is that it's the body. If the body didn't look like this, I wouldn't be feeling how I'm feeling. So whether we feel how we feel because people made comments about our bodies or tried to manage our bodies in some kind of way in the past or the present, or we're fearful of that in the future, everything came about in either a critical kind of way, a shaming kind of way, feeling sorry for you kind of way, whatever it was. What has happened is, here's the body just doing body things, and something or someone did or said something to make, basically make us feel rejected, make us feel bad. And our brain, if we're not quite there in terms of enough internal locus to control to question that, like, wait, what? You're saying that my body is too big, or because of my body I'm eating the wrong food. If we don't have the ability to do that and basically question and have enough of our own okayness within ourselves to I don't think so, let's talk about that. Unless we have enough of that inside, we tend to just internalize other people's projections and conversations as, yes, boss, it is my body's fault. If my body didn't look like this, you wouldn't have said that. Or if my body didn't look like that, I would have been given other recommendations for self-care, whatever it is. And so one of the most important tools you're ever going to learn is to be able to recognize that we've been taught by very challenging experiences, and without enough resourcing to be able to question it, we don't know how to do it, or it isn't safe to do it. We've been taught, and usually we're taught when we're vulnerable and we don't, the power dynamic is not, is not equal. We're little, other people are big, and they must know everything. That's mostly when this happens, right? We're taught that, like, if I just didn't have this body, by our brains start to interpret like, oh, if I just didn't have this body, that wouldn't have happened. That criticism, that lack of attunement, shaming, whatever it was. And so again, I'm going to repeat this, one of the most important skills you can learn, and we're going to talk about this in another set of videos, by the way, probably, before the end of the year here, is to recognize you're doing that thing, that you're looking at your reflection in the mirror, or you're hearing other people make negative comments about themselves or other people's bodies, and the automatic default is the feelings that you first felt when you were either not attuned to, being criticized, whatever, or other people were being criticized around you, and you still internalize that as, ooh, I better be careful. So there's fear, there's shame, maybe there's some frustration and anger, but maybe that gets suppressed. It works different in everybody. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is recognize that you're doing it. I'm blaming my body. Now, I'm not talking about the everyday, ups and downs of being a human with a body. We sometimes have aches and pains. Some of you might say, well, my body hurts because I've gained weight, because of binging, or because I stopped dieting, or whatever. And that's not this conversation. We definitely are very aware and very sensitive to body changes do make operating in a body different at different points. And again, that whole conversation of well, what solution do we have for that, right? We don't really have a great solution for intentional weight loss that doesn't come back, especially when people are chronically internalized body shaming and fight and flight, freeze or please. The body is just going to be so protective, no matter what you're doing. All right, so anyway, I hope this video helps us to recognize, I'm doing that thing where I'm feeling these feelings as if it is true about my body, that my body's the problem. What if, instead of saying, yes, that's right, I should feel so bad about this body, is it I'm noticing I'm feeling really bad right now. So who said this body is bad? Oh, and how long have I been hearing that stuff in my head? Oh, you're probably young, and it's probably really old, right? And we need to start questioning that. Who says? And what was going on with them? And gosh, what were they going to project on me when I was so young? And what's going on with this healthcare provider that isn't asking me all the bigger picture questions versus just, you weigh this, you should lose weight to fix everything. You don't have to accept that. But it first starts with you. You don't have to accept that just because you have a feeling or a sensation that it's true. You need to look deeper into it. So thank you all so much for watching. And I want to preface, I know the thing happened that made you feel scared or shame, but it doesn't mean that it's true that you have to feel shame anymore. You don't have to. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.